What the hell are you? We are Venom.
Hello everybody and welcome back. As many of you may know, Venom is one of the most famous villains of Marvel Comics and has captivated many fans for over 30 years since its inception. But today, we want to tell you 10 most interesting facts that you probably didn't know about Venom. So let's begin. Venom loves chocolate. Eddie Brock's symbiote can be calmed down by eating chocolate. One of the things that Venom is known for is declaring to the entire world that he'll eat his enemies' brains at the top of his lungs.
Eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time.
While this is usually just an intimidation technique, he actually does have a compulsion to eat brains, and has successfully done so in almost every iteration of the character. It's not because he is sick and twisted, but because he has an actual need. The symbiote needs phenylethylamine, a chemical that is found in the human brain, to survive. Luckily for the people of New York, Eddie Brock was able to discover that the chemical his symbiote so desperately craved is also found in chocolate, which means a candy bar has probably saved millions of lives. Symbiotes aren't evil. Originally, symbiotes weren't evil. If they find a right host, they can achieve the correct symbiosis.
Cooperate, and you might just survive. That is the deal.
And it's difficult to find a noble host. The symbiosis often results in evil and corrupt venom. Such symbiotes make their hosts do various crimes and eventually deplete the host until they're dead. So no, the symbiote isn't inherently evil, just highly impressionable. Venom first bonded with Deadpool. The symbiote's first human host was Deadpool, who came across its prison while on Battleworld, hoping for a makeover and wore the creature for a few minutes before realizing it was alive and interfacing with his mind. Concerned that his insanity would adversely affect it, Deadpool rejected the symbiote. And it's hinted that the symbiote's aggressive behavior may be a result of its bonding with Deadpool, driving it insane. The very idea that Wade had a negative impact on the essence of Venom already deserves attention. Venom once bonded with a T-Rex. In one premise, the symbiote actually bonds with a T-Rex, becoming Venemosaurus Rex. Just look at the thing. The T-Rex on its own is terrifying enough, but to add this symbiote to it as well is just evil, and probably overkill. There's no denying it, makes for a great spectacle, but who would have thought that Venom would have been the symbiote to go for a non-human host? Venom was originally going to be a woman. Writer and author of Spider-Man, David Michelini, initially planned to make the deadly symbiote a female with a very different backstory. According to Michelini, the idea was for a pregnant woman to be walking down the street with her husband, and while walking, a taxi hits and kills her husband as a result of the driver being distracted by Spider-Man, who at the time is fighting a villain. The accident was then supposed to make her go into labor, which causes her to lose the baby right there on the sidewalk, leading her to lose her mind and gaining an immense hatred for Spider-Man. This woman was supposed to find the extraterrestrial symbiote and become Venom. But Marvel editor Jim Salicrup abandoned the plot as he did not believe that the woman could not be a true, serious threat to Spider-Man. So it was until years later that Eddie's ex-wife, Anne Wang, finally became the first female host. He's been an Avenger twice. One time, when Matt Gargan was the symbiote's host, Venom was actually a member of Norman Osborn's Dark Avengers. Later, when Flash Thompson was the Venom symbiote's host, Captain America agreed to let Venom join the Secret Avengers, a team that included Beast, Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Valkyrie, amongst others. Even though the team was very hesitant to trust him, given Venom's reputation, he assimilated to the pressure of being an Avengers very quickly. Plus, he even got a Captain America stamp of approval. Venom is a guardian of the galaxy. While Flash Thompson was the host of the Venom symbiote, it was easily at its most heroic. This is reflected in how the position of Avengers connected the Guardians of the Galaxy was passed down from Tony Stark to Flash Thompson. This effectively made full-fledged Venom a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and took him off-planet to do a whole lot of interstellar adventuring. While with the Guardians, the symbiote even bonded to Groot and Rocket Raccoon. Venom would have been the villain of The Amazing Spider-Man 3. This development recently came to light when director Mark Webb stated that Venom, obviously, I would have been curious to see, in reference to where The Amazing Spider-Man 3 might have gone. Before The Amazing Spider-Man 2's failure, there were plenty of larger plans for the Venom in the extended Spider-Man universe. First off, he was meant to star in the terribly ill-advised solo outing from Alex Kurtzman. Then, there was Drew Goddard's abandoned Sinister Six, in which he was rumored to be a supporting player. Venom has produced a few children. Venom's most famous descendant is Carnage, the red symbiote that bonded with the serial killer Cletus Cassidy. He was the first child that Venom produced, and one of Spider-Man's most dangerous, brutal, and deadly villains. Except for this one, Venom also has 5 more kids. Venom and his host Eddie Brock were being held against their will by an organization called the Life Foundation, who wanted their own unit of symbiote soldiers. Those 5 children named Lasher, Scream, Agony, Riot, and Phage, and just like Carnage, none of them received any sort of parenting from their father. Also, we have Toxin, the strongest symbiote we've seen yet, who is the symbiote son of Carnage and the grandson of Venom. The idea of Venom was actually created by a fan. In the early 80s, a huge fan of Marvel Comics by the name of Randy Schueller, who lived in the state of Illinois, mailed a letter to Marvel describing his idea for a new Spider-Man costume. His idea involved a black costume which would use his unstable molecules that enhanced Spidey's powers. In 1982, Jim Shooter, Marvel's editor-in-chief at the time, sent Schueller a letter acknowledging Marvel's interest in the idea, which they promptly bought from him for a measly $220. Later, the story was altered to have the costume be a living alien being, and the team subsequently developed Venom from there. Although Schueller never actually gave the suit its iconic backstory and name, he's nevertheless the reason why Venom and all the other symbiotes exist, and for that, he deserves quite a bit of praise. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked, put a like, comment, and subscribe for more Marvel updates.